Greetings, traveler.
I am kind of feeling Druid. Druids can get really sweet decks. Okay, so without any further information of the deck, it's probably Mark of Loa. But if we could try to force like some really weird spreading plague full tokeny Druid. You like the Mark of the Loa? Yeah, of course, right? That's the normal pick. But I'm just thinking, could go for a sweet deck, yeah. Alright. Let's go. Might be another retire. How do we like Doppelgangster? Guess it's okay-ish, right? I think it's fine to showcase that the best players can make some subpar decks and lose from time to time. No! I'm a good player. I don't do bad. Monka mad. Alright, Direhorn's nice. Reroll guy, Pog. Not sure how I feel about Pounce, but I kind of want to try it. Got 1-5 right now, but yeah, I was about to say in Druid 5s aren't a big deal. Because if you hit Web Weave, it's always the pick, and Druid of the Claw is another one. Okay, okay. So far, so good. Ooh, Hydra Druids. Okay. I can sort of feel you. Ooh, is this an Ondasta deck? Honestly, I might still want the Cairn. Just to get that solid 6 in there. The way how I draft Ondasta is usually too slow. It's good though, it's definitely good. We got the Direhorn, we got the Hydra. But I feel like I wanna build that sweet deck that just hits him in the face, so I like the Cairn for Kerv. Cairn on Kerv. It's also really sticky, so it makes it hard for them to remove enough bodies that Savage Roar isn't gonna kill them. Fraggle, sure. Snail, very nice, very nice. Woo! Hmm. Yeah, I'll take a swipe. Schwippity swipe. Oh, lo, 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 lo. Now Cenarius is a 9-mana card that I do like because it can buff, right? Okay, let's take a moment here. I love Warbear. It's probably Warbear, but yeah, we don't need the 5. And that speaker's never mandatory. It's just good. I like the Warbear more. We don't need the rock, but we definitely don't hate picking the rock, but we don't need it. I'm wondering if I pick up like the tech naturalize here. Like I kind of want to. I haven't tried it in a while. And before the draft is over, we'll be forced into another 5-drop, so it's really not a big deal to skip the rock. I think I want to try that, yeah. Napping some eggs. We do want to pick up a Roar at some point. Ooh, we could just keep drafting legendary cards. That could also work. Yeah, I'll just take the Leroy. We can have some fun with it. Tending Tarn or Crypt Lord. Once again, I'm not really looking for a 5 super desperately. I was very, very impressed by Crypt Lord last time I had it. I might have to pick the Ironwood Golem. Just have a 4. Yeah. It's sort of annoying for them. Okay. So to keep throwing nesting rocks at us, we might pick this one. I think I'm going to pick the Napper and hope for the Roar or something. Double Pounce. That might be a little too low curve. Honestly, the long neck might be the pick here. Yeah. Just a thing to drop on 5 is fine. Take a worm. Nice. I think double pounce might be a little too low curve. Oh! Alright, so we picked a Napper, so we don't have to pick Basilisk. So it's Fungal or Power. I think we're okay with Power in this deck. Because we're a little low on 1 to 2 mana cards, so we can use that. We have the Worm as well. It's pretty nice. Savage Striker is great. Shroomber is also good. I have a Pounce in the deck, so we could combo with that. probably still Shroom Brewer. We got a Frost Rider. That's kind of it though. I guess Crypt Lord early. I do like Savage Striker. Maybe I pick the Striker for this deck. Yeah, I'm actually liking it more. Oh, and here's the 4. Nice. Juggler probably wouldn't be terrible in this deck with the 2 Nappers. But I'll take the Shaker. Ooh. So I could get the Mulcher out with the Summons Trance, right? Yeah, the Summons Trance. Sure. It's like a really, really shitty Devilsaur. I did not get a Roar offered, which is a little monk ass, but really funny. But it's just something I learned for Druid, especially if you get the early Web Weave. Because that's a mistake I used to make. I used to value 5s a little too high in Druid. Like in Druid, I value them lower than I think almost anywhere else. Just because Web Weave is free and Druid of the Claw is also pretty common. Man, we're coming for this guy. If you can survive until the late game, it should be good. It's not necessarily a deck where you try to survive until the late. Because we have... Our 3s are good. Our 4s are good enough. Because the Striker's another 4. Our 2s are good enough. It's definitely not a deck where you're struggling to survive. The curve's actually looking pretty sweet. Because 1 to 2 is fine. 3 is good. 4 is fine. Not good, but fine. There's 4 playable cards plus Striker. 5 is good enough. There's a Hydra, there's a Web Weave, there's a Long Neck. Something else? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's a Force of Nature. So it's really, it's okay. Then you have a 6, you have Cairn. We could have had the Tauren, but I think it's okay to have 1 6 right now. Then 2 good 7s, an 8 and 9. Yeah. Alright, baby. Time to carry me. Right here. Or kill the highest health minion on my board. That's also fine, but, you know. It's, just saying. That was not an elemental. I could have probably hit face for 4 there, but if he has Blast Wave, it would be so bad. Why trade the mech? Because if he has AoE, he can kill my 1/1s. It's better to kill it on my turn. It's better to kill it on my turn. It was sort of like whatever Slytherin, nothing crazy. It's because I worked on the site, so it's basically just my hobby. And I've always been a responsible individual, so when I told them like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and I think I can make money off it, they're like, okay. Like, if you think so, sure. Especially my mom. My mom's like, yeah. I'm sure you know what you're doing. Who cares if you can support yourself? I think it's just because you set a track record, right? I think my parents never had to worry about me. I was always off doing stuff. And it usually worked out, so. I'm liking. I still like it. So I guess I made it easier on them because they know they could just trust me. Because it was the same thing when I was like a kid. I think when I was 12 years old, I used to take the train around the country to play tournaments and shit. Maybe a different time. I'm not sure if I would let my child do that. Like, it's like, hey dad, can I like take the train here to go play some tournaments? Are you nuts? What if you get kidnapped? What the fuck? Why would you do that? That sounds like a terrible idea. But I don't know. It was okay. Am I even trading that? Honestly, 7 face sounds good. With the Leroy in the hand, I'm really liking the face. I don't think we make more dinos. In the middle, right? Come on. In the middle. Ah, I missed. Lethal? Yeah, probably close. My dad would say, who would kidnap you? Have fun. Yeah.
Truth is my shield.
You can actually aim the token position? No, we can't. Shady making lunch money from tournament winnings. You know it. This is more damage, right? No, but I can't gain armor, so that's fine. Hiya! 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 Ah, let's show him the Leroy. Leroy Jenkins. Jenkins.
Malfurion versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin.
I must protect the wild.
I mean, it's repeated fireball plus to the face round 2. That's kind of good. That's kind of alright, you know. Alright, so we have 2 legendary cards in our hand, so I think it's safe to say that we win this game. I think that's how this game works. So if only we could show our hands to our opponent and move on to the next game. Uh-oh. He's an actual hunter. Monka-S. Monka-S. Going second against hunter is usually bad. Ah, but those people don't have a Bittertide Hydra in their hand. Bittertide Hydra, also known for its great utility versus aggressive decks. Man, if I have that last turn, I win the game. Very greedy deck. Are you kidding me? Look at my tracker. Look at what's in there. Are you for real? Look at the goddamn tracker. All right. I feel like if I play the Hydra, I just never recover. So let's not play the Hydra. We can get this out on turn 7. Maybe that will save us. Yeah, I mean, you can't call this deck a greedy deck, right? What do we have? We have a 1-drop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-mana cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 3-mana cards. And like 4 to 5 4-drops, right? It's just not a greedy deck, man. Ooh. Ooh. That's a nice draw. Very greedy mulligan. Oh wow, that's way better than I expected. Okay. Okay.
I love omelets.
Honestly, that card usually wrecks me way harder. I think we are okay with it. Spreading out's probably better. Don't take a bunch of damage and then play this. Alright, ready to order, lols. Ready. Aim. Fire! Oh, man. Wait, he's not killing it? What's going on? Monka,
The glory is mine.
Monka, Chat, we're getting Shrek'd. It's bad news. Which idiot froze my guy? Now that's a trade you can't refuse, right? The snail into the cairn. Look at that kill right there, baby. 1 damage for 5 health.
Sting like a bee.
Gotta take it. Ooh, yeah, trade the 1/1 first to buff Hyena. No, you're not trading the snail. Huh? Guys, you didn't trade the snail. What the hell? What the hell, bruh?
I concede.
I concede to you. Need to adapt into taunt. Doesn't matter.
Malfurion versus Garrosh.
Victory or death!
I must protect the wild.
I tapped into taunt, Karen kills a slug. There's no way. No combination of stuff saves you there. And even if it does, you don't win. But it also doesn't, you also don't get the combination.
I see your weakness.
It's an interesting question here because you could play the, you could save this for turn 4 or you could save this for turn 4 or beyond. Coining snail feels weird because snail goes better into 3s. So I think what we did now is fine. I think it's just the question, it's just the preference thing. Save the strike or save the power. I like saving the power more. Ooh, shard and power, go. Thinking about it. So the other one is Scarlet Trade. Kinda don't hate this, like, freezes face. It's pretty aggressive.
Nice to meet you.
And now a Wrathy Weaponsmith or the AoE weapon don't work.
As long as it keeps out arrows.
Smack, smack, smack. Smack, smack, smack. Smack that face. Smack that face. If he has a way around the snail, the overkill's annoying. If not, we're getting close to killing him. I'm wondering if the trade is even correct. Maybe I should freeze the minion and just push. But I'd probably trade this turn. Maybe not. I don't know. Sounds pretty good. Wow, that's a good snail. That's one hell of a snail, you know.
Join or die.
We will settle for that snail. Absolutely. Wait, did we just ban an adwalk to sub? Come on, guys. Maybe for Warpath? He Warpaths last turn, though. Girl, look at that snail. Absolutely. It's definitely a girl, look at that snail. Hands. One off? One off, Pepe hands. Always with the Pepe hands, one off.
I wonder.
The scourge will
Join
devour
or die.
Devour this world.
Chat would have won this. Yeah, chat would have had one more mana. I agree. This is the part where he thinks he's alive. Lul. That's just what you want to see, man. When you're in the... When you have an early loss, you want to fight the Druid with the Leroy. That's just perfect. I've been there, man. I've been there.
Malfurion versus
Actual Leroy.
I will fight with honor. I must protect the wild.
Excellent stat lines versus Pally. Leroy's slightly better Starfire. Well, synergizes with Roar if you have it. Synergizes with Power, which we have. So it's a little bit of extra bonus there. It's somewhat tempting to coin out a 1/5, but curve's a little bit too awkward for that.
Reporting for duty.
Frygo looks like a strictly worse egg napper. Well, not all cards were created equal. And it's not strictly worse, because you get a 2/2 instead of 1/1s, right? So, like, it's hard for something to be strictly worse. In the very literal sense of the world. The word. Pounds for the chip damage, baby. How are you gonna kill him if you don't go face shady? May as well do it now. Ooh, tempo.
For the crusade!
For the crusade.
Neither snow, nor rain, nor witch.
Could you not? Like, could you fucking not? Really, bro? I think we're naturalizing here. Holy shit. Why not break the bubble? Because it just makes it more likely he can kill our stuff.
Join or die.
Wow, that was an amazing Swift Messenger. Pretty random, but... Hello, egg. Meat web weave.
Join or die.
Triple legendary druids. I know. How can I ever lose a game? 3 legendary cards. Steed incoming. You don't care with the poison. That's why I said, hello, egg. Meat poison.
We will devour this world.
For the wild.
Join or die.
I don't like dumping the damage into the egg. I think I'd rather like make him steed first or whatever, and then use the poisons. Because I'm still throwing 6 damage into an egg. If I want, because I can pop the egg, put the poison into the 8/8, get it over with. But I feel like I'm doing the work for him then. That's 7 damage. I'm not pushing phase, and my poison minion is gone. I can play another one, but having 2 poison minions on the board just seems more problematic for him right now.
The gates are open.
Yeah, feels pretty problematic right now.
Stored energy.
Until he has Consec? Well, he clearly didn't have it, right? So that means you're playing around the top deck Consecration. That seems really unlikely. One Twitch Prime Drake. Webweave, man. It's in that lowest bucket, but it's just not bad. Holy crap, is that an insane pull? That's probably the single best card he could have pulled, right? Holy shit.
I must move quickly.
5/12 is pretty good. 5/12 doesn't do shit. I got a poison minion on the board. That's why I mean the rush. The rush is like, makes it absolutely insane.
Let me think.
Argent Commander would have been good. Commander and Rocketeer would have both been good, but you pay such a premium for the thing with the Ming, you know?
What to do? What to do? Time waits for no one. For the wild.
Direhorn making some stuff.
The victory is yours.
versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Nature must be preserved.
Let's look for a 3-drop. Or a gastropod. That'll do. That'll do.
I see your weakness.
Good call naturalizing the taunt in the beginning. I probably wouldn't have and promptly lost. It feels bad, but yeah, I'm looking at how I'm gonna win that game and I don't see it right now if that board sticks. And I mean, it's good tempo, right? 1 mana to kill a 2/4 Taunt Divine Shield. It's just, you want to usually get more out of it. Scenarios, GG, you win. GG, I was the scenarios. No, I was the scenarios.
Easy prey.
See, we bait him with the 2/3, guys. And then the snail takes over. And then my opponent has a card, and I lose the game. That's how it goes. That's how it always goes. But we have a legendary card in our hand, so I think we're gonna be okay. Good job, 3 mana, 4 mana, 3/6 taunt. Oof. I like this card because people kill it. I used to not like this card because like, well, what if they don't attack it? And I'm like, they never don't attack it. It's the same like Bear Trap. What if they don't go face? They never don't go face. So it's like, oh, it's just the 3/6 taunt. That's pretty good. Alright, Rattle 60. I don't know, that's probably part of the game that comes, like, it's one of the last pieces you learn as you become a better player. Sometimes doing nothing is the best. Attacking into a Tar Creeper can be terrible. Attacking into a trap can be terrible, right? Sometimes just sitting is the best. Sure, it's kind of okay for now. Just need something for next turn. Like, I don't want to swipe a Stonehill. Well, like, I'll rephrase that. I'm not going to swipe a Stonehill. I'll put the damage in there, you never know. That's loser talk. Winners do stuff. How else do you win? So for how this game started, we're doing surprisingly okay. 4 out of 5 Monka. It's definitely an okay swipe, but seems like a good opportunity to get our boy rolling and then swipe to protect our boy. But yeah, pretty decent swipe there for sure. But we can just put a 7/7 overkill on the board. That's really good for him, but 2 cards for us does not sound bad right now.
Where shall I strike?
Charge? I like how it loses the buff. Now this could be a swipe. Because we are currently a little worried about the Savage Roar. Only a little bit. We're actually not worried about a Savage Roar, because his spell was the Naturalize, so it'd have to be top deck Roar. Still, I just swiped this, right? Yeah, I still just swiped that.
I love omelets.
Yeah, that wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Man, I've been having a good time right now, people. I think I just jam Force of Nature, get the trends cheaper. Yeah. Smork? Question mark? I know, right? Cenarius carry? I think this is better than Cenarius right now. Because then he either trades or I get the buff. It's sort of win-win, right? Mushroom power! Finally, Rush Minion can go face. Much better now, I can go face. Card no longer broken. Phoenix face as well. What? Phoenix trade? Bad play. So if I +1/+1 them, the trades are fine, but we need better than fine. I think I'm going for the mulch here. Trades. Crypt Lord mulch. Trades. And then trade the 4/4. He deals no face damage that turn and then Cenarius for taunt. It's +2/+2. Alright, I forgot. How is good is +2/+2? I'm gonna do the other play probably. 5/2. Trade. I think I like the other play more, but I'm definitely open to the fact that this is wrong. Just because I like that I get the taunt on the board now, and I'm not dead to like some random crap. And then next turn I can Cenarius for the taunts again. I do agree that there's a super high possibility the buff is just clean and really good. I'm not sure, do I feel clear with it or not? Like if I don't full clear with the Cenarius, I don't really love it. Like I like playing safer because we have the card advantage on him, but we're really low on health. We would have the fungal left. Yeah, I prefer this then, right? Because we don't take damage on the board. Yeah, I like this more because now I can also Cenarius for taunts if I want to. If we want to play it really safe, we can trade the 8/4 into the 8/2, 1/1 into the 1/1, and then make taunts and just survive a turn. What else can we do? You'd also just trade here, hero power here, put the worm down. How much health am I? I don't die versus that, right? Trade here. Yeah, I'm at 8. Yeah, that's better. And then I have a worm on the board. Because I think the overly safe play with the Cenarius, I might get in trouble then if he has a good play. Because there's being safe and then there's being overly safe, which turns out that being overly safe might actually get you too far behind on the board and then you suddenly are in trouble. That's a rough draw for us. I might need to Cenarius for taunts and then trade. Because I already have enough stuff on board to power next turn. But that's a rough... We could also not trade, but... Yeah, I think I Cenarius for taunts every time and then talk. If I don't make this trade, how awkward is it gonna get? It's probably good enough, honestly. I think I could get away with not trading, but I think that my win percent goes up by doing this. It's just awkward. Plague? Yeah, Plague sucks. Hey, he back. What up, Chris Jerky? Also, I'm not really sure why you would have Plague in your deck. Maybe your curve sucks, right? Or maybe you play Constructed. Oh! There's no way he has any damage in his deck, right, chat? Right, chat? Could you, like, help a fellow druid out and not have lethal, you know? That would be sweet.
My will is not my own.
Okay. Okay. Next turn we get to armor out of Phoenix range. Could also get Leroy or Naturalize for lethal. Maybe Warbear will do. Leroy power. Dragons. Oh, that feels good. Clutched it out, baby. We played against the rogue who drafted 9 fanatics. How does someone live long enough to play 9 fanatics?
I must protect the wild.
Technically alive if you leave the 2/2 up because it was only 7 and you had 8 health. Then why did I have 1 health at the very end, Tara? I'm not in the mood to do math, but that seems like a clear-cut case to me. I thought you'd lose that game, but I never doubted you. Ah, that's fine, Zeb. All good, my man. All good. All good, my man. Fuck. Well, at least we have stuff to do. Is that a full clear I'm looking at? Did he coin out Worm? He did. Ah, early game. Right on time. It's my turn.
As long as it keeps out arrows.
What? You're not double trading? What is this? What is this crap? Gonna need the tempo swing from the Naturalize. It's funny how we're an aggressive deck, but the way how we draw, we seem to be playing defensive the entire time. But this is an aggressive deck. I swear my deck is aggressive. Oh, and he trades. He freezes and he trades? Wow. Okay. I didn't see that coming. I might just need to swipe the 3-2 and put a Botfen down. Maybe even freeze the 3-1. But I think freezing something else might make more sense. Just trying to stay alive here, boys. Try to get the worm out on curve. That'd be nice. That's why I like the freeze. Like a freeze on 7 and then worm. Okay. This is all sort of acceptable. Ooh.
I see your weakness.
My turn to show them what's what. I see meat. All the while.
We're the one getting smorked now, yeah. But that's just the way how the opener worked. He coined worm bluegill for the extra smorkage. The worm is down. I repeat, the worm is down. Yeah, the cone was from the Tempest, but the Nova is main deck, which is sort of understandable. Nova is always up against really bad cards. So if you're semi-aggressive, it's actually okay. He's trading, okay. That's huge. I thought he was going to go face to set up the Pyro. Ah, that's why. That is why. Is that worth the naturalize? It could very well be. It's like, would you play 1 mana, remove a snail, deal 7 damage, summon a violet worm, give your opponent 2 cards? It's like, that's a lot of stuff for 1 mana. That's a lot of things for 1 mana. Feels like you should do it, yeah. You had me at 7 damage. It's a deal. But does it get me a girlfriend? What does it not do to naturalize? If you don't fear getting more potential burn, look at it this way. If this worm dies, she probably lives more than the 2 turns that I'd give naturalize value from. Not to mention I'd probably just naturalize later on. Oof. Wow, we did that right before the pocket. If Achi played Pocket Galaxy, I don't think I can naturalize anymore. But yeah, that was big. That was actually really big. So either buff here, put this down. We're gonna have armor, and then this can rush. This is 5 power. 6 health. I think I like that more, yeah. It's because we're gaining an armor here. So this can attack next turn and this can go... Oh no, it can't attack. I think I still like it more, so I can throw this into a taunt. Just feels weird to tempo this here. Uh-oh. Okay.
I don't need any of you.
Ooh, I think you should have pinged my face. Man, is this awkward. Lethal? I don't think it is. I think I'm 1 off. Seven plus 3 is 10. Here's a riddle for you. How do I keep my armor while also removing the bubble? Dun 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 dun!
Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee.
Chat going full Pepega. I like it. Full Pepega. Alright.
Malfurion versus Thrall.
Alright.
I must protect the wild.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank God. I thought I was gonna have to throw a panther in there.
Nice to
No, ice to meet you, sir. Ah.
Well played.
Very nice. Top decking and wrecking. Aren't your emotes? I hated when the emote thank you, but I think so, yeah. The thank you feels natural there, but I hate it when people do that to me.
I wonder.
Let's play a little around Lightning Storm and stuff. It's not a great trade, but it's a good enough trade if we're about to add 2 poison minions to the board.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch.
Positioning question mark? Oh. Okay, so I want to engineer a board where Direhorn comes down next turn. Does that involve making 3/2s, buffing, or playing these? Probably gonna sack one of these. And then either trade hero power, make raptors, or trade hero power buff.
What?
Trade hero power buff would give me a 6 4 health minion. So 4 health poison minion versus 2 3/2s. Our opponent hasn't, yeah. I think the poison minion does more for us.
Time waits for no one.
Oh, the 3/2s and then buff? That's actually not bad. I'll take that, chat. No, chat? I'll take it. Sometimes, chat, you have some good ideas. I'll give you that, chat.
Out of my jungle.
I didn't like the buff until I realized my poison guys would live. Then it looked okay. That's a lot of pressure. Poison guys are dead anyway. Pepper heads. We tried. We tried, little spoder dudes. We tried. But there's enough pressure on the board that the 7/7 just comes down. So that's nice. No, not my dinosaur. Poor little dinosaur. Savage Roar looks scary. Totem? Oh, I love it. All the ordering today. So he's not dead, but Ultra looks good. Boop. Dun, dun, dun. Another one bites the dust. Bam, bam, bam. Na, 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 na. Do, 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 do.
Well played.
It's a bit weird if he like kills one. The elements will destroy. How dare you spot lethal?
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Nature must be preserved.
Is that not English? Could be that it's not English. Uh-oh.
We will devour this world.
Isn't Arena just RNG if you draft a good deck or not? So if you would compare results of one single arena versus another single arena, there's huge variance on it, correct? That's why we look at, for instance, for the leaderboard, we look at an average over the course of 30 runs. And it becomes much more clear then if you're a good player or not. So, uncultured. Can't you cultivate your culture? Oh. Probably not, but I'll play the 4-4. Every time I don't play the 4-4, I regret it. It's always in my hand, and I'm always awkward. It's like it's always freeze, and I'm like, eh, it's weird.
Is that food?
I need it. Get him, Nappy.
I love omelets.
Get him, Nappy.
Tazdingo. Yes.
Yeah, you have to be okay with a more general indication rather than a... Like, if you're playing, say, what would be like a really... Like, let's say you're playing StarCraft, right? StarCraft, if you put a really, really good player against a novice, the novice will never win. It just won't happen, right? He can try whatever he wants. It will just not happen. But if you put a novice versus a really good Hearthstone player, even though the Hearthstone player is going to win a really big amount, the novice is going to win from time to time. And that's sort of the appeal in Hearthstone, in that anyone can win any individual match. But over the long course, it becomes very clear who's good and who's not. I'm trying to figure out whether it's Napper or Crusader here. I have Cenarius in my hand, so it's probably better to save some token generation for later.
For the crusade!
StarCraft have... Yeah, that's true. StarCraft has variance. And that's why it's not always the better player wins. But I'm talking about you put a novice versus a good player. The novice is never going to win. It just doesn't happen. If you put a slightly worse player against a really good player, there can be some build order variance and all that. That's true. He can like nearly not scout something and like really unlucky. That can happen. But we're talking like a novice versus a good player. It just doesn't win. Just does not happen. Like, I've played enough StarCraft myself. I was just like, yeah. You could play against your friend, right, who's learning, and you can just be like, yeah, it's just you're just not gonna beat me if I try. Alright. 1 damage off for killing it with the pawns. That's okay though. Still have to play the Caron curve. Oh, come on! So big warbear might be a problem. Instant rewarded or punished, however you want to put it. Oh man. Played any ranked league recently? I played 5 ranked games, let's say a month ago? 2 months ago? How long was it ago, chat? Chat will know. Chat always knows.
For honor.
3 decades ago. Mushroom power. Ooh, the respect trades. I like it. And which date it was. That's the one thing that might be a little rusty there.
For honor. All upon us. For the wild. Don't touch me.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played Ranked League. I played like 4 or 5 games with Collins and Slissa, but that was low level. So I still Baron though. Hey. I was so rusty, but I played Lee Sin and I never played Lee Sin. So I started terrible, but then I actually queued the Baron and stole it. Let's go. Alright. We buffing? Sort of want to buff, trade 1, and smack him with the rest.
Who dares defile this ancient land?
Are the taunts just better? Let's think about it. I buff here. So this adds what? 6 damage, 12.
I wonder.
No, the buff feels better.
Who dares defile this ancient land?
You play Constructed. I played quite a bit at the start of Boomsday and at the end of Witchwood. But I haven't played any Constructed really since, yeah. What are your thoughts on Dragon Priest? So I just mentioned I don't really play Constructed, so is that a question for Arena? It could have been worse, I guess. Is that a question for Arena or for Constructed? Because I'm not a... Like I said, I'm not up to date for Constructed. You wouldn't even trade there? 3 AoE is not likely. No, it's mainly Fungomancer and Savage Roar and Power of the Wild and his own scenarios or whatever he can do to buff. That's mainly it. You're still a veteran player. Yeah, but I feel like meta-dependent questions, like, I don't know if my opinion is too valid there. Ready to go infinite with this sweet Druid deck, guys. Couple of friends recently started playing League. It's hard to not sound arrogant when explaining why you don't play along. I used to enjoy playing with friends that were learning. For a little bit though, right? Not too much. Because you just realize that the quality of games are so low. A lot of the time, if you win the game off the back of Pyro, it's not really off the back of Pyro. You just finish him with the Pyro, but you would have won a couple turns later. Like, if you have a slow mage deck, it happens where Pyro makes the difference, but it's not very common. So it's important to try and separate when it would make the difference and not. Because sometimes you might, like, let's say we go like, Leroy won 5 games, right? And then the next draft you go like, oh, Leroy was really good, and then you pick it and it's not so good, and you're like, what happened? And you're like, well, maybe it didn't win 5 games, it just finished games where I was already winning. Right? Yeah. I thought it was always fun to learn new champions when I would play with lower ranked friends.
I see a vision in the flames.
Who did you pay to get both Leroy and Cenarius? Cenarius is my boy, yeah, for sure. Cenarius is really good. Leroy's been good because the deck is aggressive. Leroy's definitely not been bad. But is this a deck where I actually pass turn 2? Maybe it's not the deck, but it's probably the draw where I pass turn 2. That's a rough one. I'm gonna pre-hit it in case he has a ping for the Napper, then the 1/1 kills it back. Learning champions? That's what ranked is for, Shady. Hey, I don't disagree, but maybe not ranked on your main, right? Ooh. I still think we Napper now and try to fix it next turn, but yeah. I love omelets. Oof, not a weaponsmith. That's big. Weaponsmith would have put it out of range. It's a nice draw. I mean, it's nice for us that he didn't have that. Pawns has been okay. I don't think I want 2 copies though, but it's been okay. Maybe if the deck is even heavier, 2 or even 3 pounds copies could be fine. But it's really not that heavy, we just always draw. Like, look at the tracker, all the late game is here again, and look at this. Oh man. Bubblies? He's pretty happy pre-bumping. Like with the 1/1 on the board especially, you shouldn't be that happy. That's why he's happy. Okay. The fun girl nice. Don't collider me, bro. Alright, Samira, enjoy the Fortnite. Do you have a schedule or do you play when you feel for it? Just for regular me streaming arena, Karya, or not? The bear is ready. Saving the coin worked out quite nicely. It's nice. Very good, very good. It was a really, really problematic start, but Pounds smoothed out the curve, and then Coin Warbear gets us ahead. Here, Scorchy, Scorchy. Yeah, people get triggered when you say hero or champion. I don't care. I usually say champion because I played League for 5 years, but I don't care. I'm not sure what they are in Heroes of the Storm. I guess the title being Heroes of the Storm makes it more likely that it's Heroes, but you never know, right? You don't want to offend the character by accidentally calling it the hero if it prefers to be called champion. You streaming? Do you like stream Monday, Friday? I usually stream 6 out of 7 and not on Monday. There are rare occasions where a day gets taken off or a Monday gets streamed, but I would say in the vast majority of the cases it's 6 out of 7. This week I've been streaming 10 a.m. till 6, so like 8 hours a day. Yesterday we did 10 hours, so we did 10 till 8 that day. So it depends a bit how I feel, mainly. Always nice when we get to make a dude. Did you just assume their titles? You arrogant prick. Cool guys of the storm. Let's hope this cool guy doesn't have a warpath, because then we keep a 5-1. Don't do it! He did it, chat. No, you didn't top deck it, did you know? Okay. Oh, and then, oh my god, that's disgusting. You're disgusting, sir. Should I have not played Worm there? No, that's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. I just need to complain about him having Warpath. That's what I'm supposed to do here. Think I'm one off either way. So I should pick the shield.
Time waits for no one.
I should meet you.
What I was trying to see is if I could kill him with picking Wind Fury, playing the Shard, next turn Leroy plus Power of the Wild. But even with hero power and no taunts and no removal, it's like 1 or 2 off. So it's probably best to build a board and try to get something done with Muncher. So then we pick Divine Shield instead of Wind Fury because it's much more likely our minion lives. Because we're going to need repeated damage. How do we beat this warrior? It probably starts with drawing Cenarius and Cairn. Munching a 10 health minion is also a good start. Munch, munch, munch. Munch, munch, munch. Munch, 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 munch. Munch, 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 munch. Munch, 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 munch. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Could you not, mate? There's a Cairn. So he has one more dragon in hand. Do you ever watch the LCS? Not anymore, but I used to watch a lot, of course. Yeah, I used to play a lot. We're gonna need to make like a half Smork, half board control line here, I think. Don't think he has a collider, but should still play around it. You are not fit to rule the Horde. Oh snap, did he just say that? So we use our bubble here because it's a very efficient trade. Now we smack him for 5 and try to set up Leroy. Let's go. Oh baby! Leroy's gonna take it, boys. Woo!
Malfurion versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
It's almost like tempting to keep this Cairn, because my only 6 and it's mage. That's really good into AoE. I'm gonna do it. That's a tough call though. But I'm on coin, it's versus mage. There's a lot of factors that make it an okay decision, I think. Ooh, we're curving, so we can definitely get the 2-3 out.
I see your weakness.
Wow. This man is all about the tempo.
Easy prey.
For the wild.
He should know that my second 2-drop is a 2-health minion. Because I opted to hero power. If my second 2-drop had 3 health as well, I would have just tempoed it there. Well, guess which 3-drop we're not playing into that.
In the best shape of my
Coin 2-drop hero power. Amazing. And we are up 1 card, Ransu.
Let me in, man!
We are now controlling the value game. He's got nowhere to go.
Let me in, man! Light on!
Frygul is such an easy card to make decisions with. Are you going to die, or is the minion really, really, really important to kill? If the answer is no, go face.
The dark path is my destiny.
Maybe one time, no AoE? You know, maybe, sometimes. It's pretty aggressive. I could have sacked the 2-1, but I don't know. Feels like the deck is like sorta running on fumes here. Like I kinda want to take some risks and try to cheese some more people.
Time runs out on me.
A stranger will offer you aid.
Woof. You little greedy trader. Alright.
What is my purpose?
Time waits for no one.
For the master.
I get the frame belt upgraded, so it's nice. Buffs 5 minions, it's sort of okay. Well, the reason why it's like less impactful than you would normally think is that he has a wasp, so you need your hero power there. And if you need your hero power there, then the buff is like a little meh, because you already have a 3 and a 2 to go into the buffed guy. But it makes him ping here. You can play Deep Frame Belt and upgrade it here, so overall it's still fine. But it's not as impactful as you would normally think it is. You also have Force of Nature in hand, so you can get a really good power later with that. It's all fine. It was good enough. That's the second mana worm I see drafted.
For the wild.
I comply.
Remember this moment as I'm dying to Fireball Pyro. This was a very critical moment.
What to do? What to do?
We can go back and say, ah, Shady, had you not taken the 8th phase, you would have won that game. 3 years from now, we can look back on this. Like, remember that game with the Druid versus Mage, where you took 8? Alright, if he ships that phase, that's where we start to get worried. Okay. Dunk. Fraggle is a good card. I don't like... I wouldn't say it's good. I think that if it's in an aggressive deck, it's acceptable. Because you want to go face anyway. But if it's in a slower deck, it's pretty bad. Because you want to be able to trade. So it's a pretty big nuance there, whether you're playing an aggressive deck or not. Hey, Chaparro. This Hydra has been terrible. But I've always been the defender. Maybe this deck is just way more aggro than I thought. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought it was the crab. The 1 damage crab. Or the 1 power crab. Yeah. Remember that moment where you took 8 face Shady? Remember that moment where you top decked the swipe Shady?
For honor.
For the wild.
Lethal. Let's see. 4, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 is in 16. Do 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 Hey, I like it.
Play.
Never worried about that 8 phase.
Versus Magni. For Cosmodon.
For Cosmodon.
Protect the wild.
Yeah, Pyro's really common, for sure.
I see your weakness.
How's the naturalized been? Pretty decent, right?
For the wild.
Out of my jungle.
The dark path is my destiny.
The poison plus Hydra combination is pretty scary for Collider. So I probably don't want those on the same board. My man, yeah, face. No, bad play. Me no like trade. Me choose to go face. Me don't need to trade. Face is the place.
For the master.
I love that meme, man. Whenever a trade happens, you're like with the smirk, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck was that? What do you mean, trade? What do you mean, top deck swipe? Swipe his face. You're right. Should have swiped his face. I'm so used to swipe face being the meme. But swipe face was correct. We're the aggro for once. I know, right? It's taken us a warrior to be the aggro. Ooh, we're getting close, chat. We're getting close. I'd love to get the web weave out, but I just insta lose, so I can't do that. I should have trusted you, chat. Swipe face was the play. Collider, yeah, Collider ruins everything. Because he probably just plays a Tarlord now. But I can kind of deal with a Tarlord. But if he Colliders, I lose the game on the spot. So that sucks. But yeah, it's definitely good to take the 4 and swipe his face. Our health is not relevant nearly as much as his health. So he should have been on 8 right now. Might make the difference. Execute. He's got a Devastate in his hand, I guess. He's hoping the Hydra goes to 4. But if he Devastates, he has to coin Hero Power, otherwise he's dead. So let's see if he coins the Hero Power. Oh, he's got the Dragon Execute thing? Okay. So here the Leroy makes a huge difference, for sure. Leroy Jenkins. Fuck.
Malfurion versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
I just thought about it. You game 2, right? Yeah, 'cause the Hero Power goes in the dude. Excuse me. Where did the tracker go? Hello, deck tracker. Okay. Ah, Dire Mole. My arch enemy. No more Memer and Shady? I delayed them for this week because I was on the launcher and I just published the guide, so seems better to play play properly. This feels better, but it's a bit awkward. Anyone knows a deck that beats Control Warrior? So when I played, you just played Azalina Tog if you wanted to beat Control. Oh, he pinged. That's pretty nice. Stop like a web weave. That'd be nice. Shady's too good for me, friends. Well, we did it on the first day and people were confused and they came in and like, what was happening? Why did you draft those cards? Etc, etc. So as long as we're on the launcher, it seems better to just play properly.
The scourge will devour all. Nice to meet you.
We're gonna need something to do for next turn. Monkas.
For the wilds.
My instinct was to punch the snail and hit the 1/1 with my dude. Gives him a little flexibility with bubblies and yummies. That speaker. But I think it's still fine. pretty awkward because this feels like the right play, but I'm not sure if killing the 1 damage thing and giving him the freedom of doing whatever he wants with the snail is good. What? I guess the snail had 1 health. I can sort of see it, but only sort of. Yeah. I don't like making that trades, but we just want to increase the chance the 7/7 gets to do its thing. Because he did have the Dead Speaker, but I guess the snail had 1 health. Yesterday in Arena, a priest played MC Tech against me and was not discovered. That means he has a very old deck. He drafted it before the patch happened. That's just unlucky that you face him. It's a very rare occurrence.
One for all
and all for me. One for all and all for me. He can't ping Flame Strike, but he can trade with this thing. Binaroob. Okay. He's not gonna like the scenarios, is he? Well, you go face. I was trying to figure out if I ever don't trade that thing, but I think it still matters in terms of him clearing with more AoE. It's probably the worst one there, yeah. Ziliax trade with Hyra. Yeah, that but Ziliax is just insane, yeah. Drafted a sweet deck. Feels good, man.
Knowledge is power. I must protect the wild.
Time to dig a hole. Nice to meet you. Do you have Khadgar? I don't. I actually don't have very many skins. I've got Mecha Draxes. Ooh, the hand didn't move enough for it. What is the one play of your arena career you remember the most? I don't think I have like a one play. At least nothing that comes to mind. Maybe Colin's skipping turn 6. Look. It opens up Phoenix, but we sort of want to get rid of that pre-fungal. Have you ever played Deathwing? Yeah, many times. What are these trades? I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy hole.
An incredible discovery.
3 legendaries? What the hell? Learn this one easy trick to get 3 legendaries in your arena drafts. How did he get all those good cards? Sort of want to just jam face, but the trades keep being good here, so we're still okay. See.
The glory is mine.
Man, that's a lot of trading, but that ping here made me so... Yeah, that ping here made me so incredibly suspicious.
A stranger will offer you aid.
How is he at 11 wins not pinging the 4-1?
Everyone has demons.
He's setting up like Blizzard Blast Wave. Finally some face damage. Yeah, but that's wrong. It made me trade in a way that was probably pretty good for him, so... Imagine if he doesn't have the Blast Wave. Maybe he's just playing some 3D chess here. And you guys are calling him bad, you know? I'm a little afraid of jamming the worm there, because we still have the read on the AoE. So if we jam the worm, you can trade and maybe Blast Wave, get a full hand of spells. That's annoying. So if we can debate it on this, that would be great. I also have the anglers to test for Blast Wave. So maybe angler on 10, worm on 11, or angler on 9, worm on 10. We'll see what makes sense. Either way, the goal is to not get the worm Blast Wave. Okay. Man, Web Weave is so good. That did so much work. I think I might need to Leroy that. Slam down the worm. Yeah. That's the big boy play here. Worm or no balls? Confirmed no balls.
Look how it burns!
Time waits for no one.
I see your weakness.
For a while.
Leave it ballad.
That should give him enough trouble that it's not so annoying. Because we're trying to still prevent the blast wave from killing our boy here. And then we hopefully kill him with the Leroy. Leroy takes it again, baby. Monka easy 12. Of course, of course. Hey, got him. Woo! Didn't pay attention, but was the 0 mana spell necessary? It's kind of a weird statement, right? Like, I don't know what you did, but was it necessary? Yeah, I mean, otherwise I don't deal 3 to the Cosmic Anomaly. Unless you want to take the damage and not kill the 1/1. Is that the third 12 in a row now since yesterday? No. No, we had 2 12s yesterday and then an 8. And then we started a priest run, but I don't know what that priest run ended. You know, it's just... Honestly, I can barely remember the priest run. So.